Now let's look at how to calculate basic earnings per share. So let's look at this question. Profit after tax, let's say 190 million, and number of shares outstanding, let's say 1st January 2020 is 15 million shares. Okay, and on 1st July 2020 there is a bonus share issue. Let's assume 1 for 3 shares. Okay, so 1 share for every 3 shares held. Okay, so what you need to calculate is you need to calculate basic earnings per share. Okay, so first and foremost you need to calculate the weighted average number of shares. Okay, to calculate this, so let's assume, let's take this table, 1st January 2020. Let's use this table, 1st January 2020. The number of shares 15 million, which is 15 million. So you need to take the weight. Okay, so since we have to calculate the basic earnings per share 31st December 2020. Okay, these shares are held from 1st January 2020 till 31st December 2020. So therefore we can take the weight of 12 months, 12 out of 12. Then on 1st July 2020, 1st July 2020, there's a bonus share 1 for 3. Okay, so which means one bonus share for every 3 shares held. Okay, every 3 shares held. So therefore we need to calculate after and before. So we need to calculate a multiplier to arrive at the weighted average number of shares. Okay, so we had 3 shares and 1 share is held. So after issuing the bonus shares of 1, there will be how many shares? 4 shares. So therefore if you take the multiplier 4 shares divided by 3 shares. Okay, so after issuing a bonus share it will be 4, and before issuing bonus shares it was 3. Okay, so therefore your weighted average number of shares will be, so 15 million times 12 divided by 12 times 4 divided by 3. So that will be how much? So that will be 20 million. Okay, so this will be the weighted average number of shares. To calculate the basic earnings per share, how do you calculate the earnings per share? That is the profit after tax divided by weighted average number of shares. Okay, so 190 million divided by 20 million. So that will be 9.5. Okay, per share. So this is how you calculate the weighted average number of shares when bonus shares are given. Okay, you are given bonus shares 1 for 3 shares. So here what we did was we calculated before issuing bonus shares, 3 shares were held. After issuing bonus shares, so 1 share was issued for every 3 shares held. So therefore the total number of shares will be after issuing bonus shares will be 4. So therefore we need to take that ratio as a multiplier, 4 divided by 3. So thereby when you multiply this by the weight and the multiplier, the weighted average number of shares will be 20 million. Okay, so basic earnings per share will be profit after tax divided by weighted average number of shares. So thereby the value will be 9.5. Now let's move on to another question. Let's assume profit after tax is 200 million and 1st January 2020 the number of shares outstanding was 15 million. Then on 1st July 2020 there's a bonus share issue, 3 shares for every 5 shares held. Okay, so 3 for 5. On 1st October 2020 and there is another shares, new shares issued, 6 million. Okay, so you need to calculate the basic earnings per share as of 31st December 2020. So first of all, let's calculate the weighted average number of shares, okay. How do you calculate? First of all, you take the weight, then bonus, since the bonus shares are there, you have to take the multiplier, then weighted average number of shares. Okay, so these shares were outstanding from 1st January 2020. Okay, so therefore 50 million we can take for 12 months, 12 divided by 12, and there is a bonus share issue on 1st July 2020, so 3 for 5 shares. Okay, so we need to calculate the multiplier. Okay, so we need to take the number of shares before and after issuing the bonus shares. So we had 5 shares. Okay, now after issuing 3 shares, so you have 3 new shares along with 5, it will be 8. Okay, so 8 divided by 5. So when you take this 8 divided by 5, okay, so that will be how much? If you calculate, $15 million divided by 5 times 8 is going to be 24 million. Okay, then on 1st October 2020 there is new shares issued. The weightage will be how many months? From October till December there will be 3 months. So therefore you have to take 3 divided by 12, there is no multiplier, so 6 million divided by 12 times 3 will be how much? It's going to be 1.5 million. So therefore the total number of shares will be, the weighted average shares will be 25.5. Okay, so how do you calculate the basic earnings per share? So that will be 200 million profit after tax, 200 million divided by 25.5. So that's going to be how much? 200 divided by 25.5. So it's going to be 7.84. So this is how you calculate the basic earnings per share.